Creating a predictable environment for students is imperative for students to feel safe. Students need to know what they are expected to do from the beginning of class until the end of class, which is why it's important to have consistent, structured daily routines. A daily lesson should have the following components: an instant activity or warm-up, a health concept, activity time, a closure, and then a way students line up and exit class. Now, I'll explain the importance of each as well as give an example of how I use these for my elementary school students. First, an instant activity or warm-up is important because it allows students to get any energy out before you go over any important information needed for the daily lesson. My warm-up consists of 2 parts for my 3rd through 5th graders. 3rd through 5th grade walk into class and grab a Plicker card to answer any health question, followed by a warm-up called wall ball. Once they are done with wall ball, they will go to their squad lines to review Plicker questions or the health concept for the day, and then we'll go over the daily objective for the physical activity part. I use squad lines because it spreads students out enough to easily see if students are not engaged when delivering instruction. The second part of the lesson, or activity time, should be the meat and potatoes of the lesson. This can be any sport skills, games, or activity that you have set up. The key to this section is to have modifications for students to feel successful as well as something to work towards. I recommend having a few activities during this part of the lesson as it should be the largest chunk of time during your class period. Transitions are also very important when thinking about equipment that you're going to use, how you're going to line up and group your students, thinking about how and where your students will move from activity to activity prior to your lesson. Next, every lesson should have a reflection at the end of class. It's important to review both good and sometimes bad things that happen in a class period. After my students clean up their activity, they will go to their squad line to review. We will review what we learned for the day as well as what we can expect in the following class period. I'll provide any group feedback and will line up the students. If there's any extra time, I'll ask health questions to line up first, or we'll do a quick activity with the little guys before we line up. Last, when it's time to line up, I have my own unique way of lining up. I offer classes free PE time if they can line up perfect. Once my students are lined up and look ready for the hallway, they have one more job that I require before they exit, which is their daily effort grade. My students have to show me a nonverbal grade as they exit the gym. I do this to hold them accountable for their behavior every class period. If you use these components in every lesson, your classes will be more predictable throughout the school year. If you're interested in learning more about my routines, you can find videos on the following components on my YouTube channel: the Plicker routine, the wall ball warm-up, a variety of units and ideas for the physical activity portion, a squad line video, lining up video, and last, an exit slip video. If you like this video and would like more ideas, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coach Chapla.